What if I told you that more than half of us in this room feel misunderstood by the people who raised us? A study by the American Psychological Association found that over 60% of teens say they feel misunderstood by their parents. 60%. That's an enormous communication gap. And I'm not here to blame anyone. I'm here to talk about how we can start to bridge it. Hi everyone, my name is Adi Guntapalli. I'm 14 years old and I just started 9th grade at West Forsyth High School. One thing I love is traveling, connecting with others, and learning how people communicate differently around the world. Which is why I'm here today, to talk about something most of us teens deal with pretty much every day: communicating with our parents, or better said, trying to communicate with them. Now before I get into this, I just want to say that I'm not here to criticize parents. I know they love us. I know they've experienced more in life and want the best for us. But in all fairness, sometimes it feels like there's an enormous communication gap between us. Like we're both trying to talk, but we're on two different radio stations and the static is just overwhelming. The numbers back this up. A study done by the Pew Research Center found that over 75% of teens cite anxiety and depression as major problems amongst their friends. And another study done by the Child Mind Institute found that only 30% of parents say they feel well prepared to talk to their own teens about their mental health. We are living in a time of unprecedented stress for young people, and we often feel like we're navigating it all on our own. Being a teenager is a lot. It's not just one thing. We've got school stress that makes us feel like our heads are going to explode. There's drama with friends that feels like the end of the world. And then you've got social media, which is its own whole thing to look and act a certain way. It's a lot to handle, and sometimes you just can't explain it. I remember a couple weeks ago, I got home from school and I just had a horrible day. I had an ELA project that was going super bad and the deadline was coming up. I had a misunderstanding with one of my best friends. And on top of that, I had so much stress from being a part of so many clubs. When I got home, my mom obviously asked, "How was school?" At this point, my brain was just a mess of feelings, and the only word that came out was fine. She looked at me, maybe trying to sense my mood, and said, "Are you sure? You look kind of upset." And I just shut down. I gave her a short answer and went to my room. Here's the thing. In that moment, I wanted to tell her everything. I wanted to tell her about the project, about my friend, about how stressed I was feeling. But I just thought, she'll just tell you to suck it up. Or she'll try and contact my teachers, which is so embarrassing. Or she'll tell you how to solve it. I didn't want a solution. I just wanted to be upset for 1 minute. And I was afraid to ask for that. So I didn't. The result? The rest of the evening was filled with tension. My mom was probably worried and confused, and I was still carrying the burden of my bad day, but now with that added guilt for not talking to her. What I learned from this is that it goes both ways. We teens don't always make it easy for our parents. We give short, one-word answers, we roll our eyes, or we stay locked in our rooms with our AirPods in. It's totally not fair to them. They want to help us, but they have no idea how if we don't give them a chance. This experience made me think about something super important: understanding the parent perspective. Our parents have been through a lot, so when they try to talk to us or give us advice, they're coming from a place of love and concern. A really important thing as a teenager is taking control of your mindset. Instead of focusing on our friends and only on school, think about your family, which is super important. I think for me, a huge part of this shifted mindset has been focusing on time management. When I'm not drowning in stress from school or homework or clubs, it is so much easier to have a positive mindset, which makes it easier to have an open and honest conversation with my parents. When you have something important to talk about with your parents, you have to be assertive in how you approach it. First, try to talk to them. Tell them that what you have to say is important and requires their attention. And if that doesn't work, write them a note and slip it under their door. They have to know that what you have to say is time-sensitive and urgent. It is important to remember that you are not alone. Reach out to your peers, to your teachers, and of course to qualified counselors at your school. You can even be that person that someone comes to for help. It's a well-known fact that talking to your friend for just 8 minutes can help change their entire outlook on their situation. Figure out a healthy way to deal with your problems and your stress. So knowing all of this, how else do we bridge this gap between parents and their teens? It starts with both sides trying to understand each other better. Parents, when we're clearly having a bad day, don't jump right in with advice or judgment. Be patient. Give us a safe space to talk without freaking out if we tell you something hard or embarrassing. Not every conversation has to be a big life lesson. And us teens, we have to try too. I know it is so much easier to bottle everything up or rant to our friends in a group chat. But trust me, to let your parents in just a little really helps. You might be surprised by how better they respond when you actually try to talk to them honestly and calmly. Something else that my dad and I have found really helpful with our communication is that once a month, we just have a weekend where we go somewhere. We go downtown for dinner or shopping at a mall. It is just so helpful to have that bonding time with each other. I like to think of communication like building a bridge. If only one side is working on it, it's not going to get very far. But if both sides are, slowly, eventually, we'll meet in the middle. Neither teens nor parents want to have a huge wall between them. So it is crucial that we find that connection. So let's start working on that bridge. Let's stop trying to turn every talk into an argument and every moment of silence into attitude. Let's be honest with each other, even if it's messy, even if it takes time. Because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to make everyone happy. And sometimes the best thing you can hear from someone is them saying, "Hey, I'm here, talk to me." Thank you.